Thank you for choosing our Dryden Aqua Generator, DA-Gen. The DA-Gen is a highly innovative disinfection system and intelligent controller for swimming pools, which combines hydrolysis with electrolysis. DA-Gen generates mainly free radicals for the best disinfection without any toxic byproducts, and a small amount of chlorine for residual disinfection. DA-Gen completes DAISY, the only integrated system able to reduce oxidation demand in swimming pools by 50 to 80%, making it possible for the DA-Gen to supply perfect pool water in drinking water quality with the lowest chlorine level possible. A properly sized DAISY system is therefore a must in order to use the DA-Gen as described in this video. This video will show you the different steps to successfully install your DA-Gen. If you are looking for specific information, you may use the video chapters on the right side of the screen to help you jump to the chapter of your choice. System installation. To install your DA-Gen, the use of a 13-amp circuit breaker is recommended for private devices. For public devices, you should use a 16-amp circuit breaker. In case of sharing the power supply with other devices, please consult a technician in order to set up a correct installation. This table here gives you the maximum consumption of each DA-Gen unit for private and public swimming pools. You will be able to control filtration either with an external timer. In that case, filtration mode is set on manual in the DA-Gen. Or to control filtration directly with the DA-Gen internal timer. In that case, the filtration pump is connected directly to the DA-Gen and filtration mode is set on automatic. Initial water adjustments. Before setting up your DA-Gen, it is important to manually adjust certain water parameters. First, adjust the alkalinity between 100 and 200 ppm. Then, adjust the pH level to 7.5 and chlorine level between 0.3 and 0.5 ppm. Finally, add the minerals. We recommend to add 1 to 2 kilos of minerals per cubic meter of water. The TDS level should be at around 1,200 ppm. For the best water quality, it is recommended to mix magnesium chloride and sodium chloride. For example, 50% magnesium, 50% sodium, to 25% magnesium, 75% sodium. Add the magnesium chloride and sodium chloride directly into the swimming pool and let the system run for 24 hours. In outdoor pools, the use of ACO is a must. Pour 1 liter of ACO per 50 cubic meters of water directly into the pool. Now that water parameters have been adjusted, you can start setting up your DA-Gen. The first thing to do is to set up the DA-Gen in your language. In the System Settings menu, press on Language to choose your preferred language. In the same System Setting menu, press on Time to set up the time and the date. You can also protect the Users menu by activating a password. To enter your password, press a combination of 5 keys and the system will memorize them. If you forget the password, there is a master password. If needed, ask your provider for it. In the same System Settings menu, you will also be able to change screen brightness in the screen menu, change sound options for keyboard, pop-ups and alerts in the sound menu, and get information about hydrolysis cell working hours in the Cell Hours menu. To get information about software versions and ID node, press on System Info and then Power Module. Hydrolysis. First, install the hydrolysis cell and connect it to the DA-Gen control box. The hydrolysis cell and its gas detector are connected as shown. Then connect the paddle flow switch. Installed before the hydrolysis cell, the flow switch stops the hydrolysis and the dosing pumps if there is no water flow. Connect it as shown and contact your provider for activation. If the hydrolysis stops because there is no water flow, a flow alarm called FL1 or flow will appear on the main screen. Once the flow switch is connected, program the hydrolysis cell. To program the hydrolysis cell, go to the main menu and press on Hydrolysis. You can choose the desired disinfection production by pressing on Level. However, we advise to always leave it on 100%. A boost option is also available, but will have no effect. Leave it on off. If the device has both free chlorine and redox probes, a menu bar called Mode will appear on the screen. You can choose here the parameter that controls the cell's chlorine generation, free chlorine or redox. Probes calibration and adjustment of set points. To adjust all the set points, go to the main menu, press on Measures, and then on Set Points. Adjust set points as follows using the up and down keys. Set pH between 7.4 and 7.6, redox between 600 and 800 millivolts, free chlorine between 0.1 and 0.5 ppm, and conductivity at around 2000 microsiemens. pH calibration. To calibrate the pH probe, go to the main menu, press on Measures, and then on pH calibration. First, check if the pH chip is plugged in correctly and if the green LED is blinking. It is recommended to calibrate the pH probe every 2 to 3 months during the usage season, and to always do the first calibration with the buffer using the provided buffer solutions. To do that, press on Buffer on the screen and follow the instructions that appear on the display. Manual calibration of the pH probe is also possible, but only recommended to correct small deviations in the readings. To manually adjust the pH probe, press on Offset, and without removing the probe from the water, use the up and down arrows to adjust the reading so it matches the reference value you have on your photometer. You can now connect the suction lance for your pH canister. Connect suction lance as shown. The provider should be contacted to activate the sensor. If the pH- canister is empty and must be replaced, a low-level pH- canister alarm called Tank will appear on the main screen. Temperature calibration. The temperature probe is connected as shown. To calibrate the temperature probe, go to the Measures menu and press on Temperature Calibration. Press on Offset and set the difference between the measured value of the probe and the actual temperature using the up and down keys. Set to the actual temperature and press OK. Free chlorine calibration. Before calibrating the free chlorine probe, it is important to let the system run 24 hours and to make sure there is a free chlorine level of at least 0.3 ppm in the swimming pool. Then connect chlorine probe as shown. You may want to pause the video to have a closer look. Once the probe is connected, check if the free chlorine chip is plugged in correctly and make sure the green LED light is blinking. You may now install the pre-filter before the free chlorine cell. Also, in case you are using a variable speed pump, it is important to set your pump on the lowest filtration speed, speed 1, before starting the calibration. It is recommended to calibrate the free chlorine probe every 2 to 3 months. Go to the Measures menu and press on Chlorine Calibration. It is important to always do the first calibration with buffer using a photometer and DPD1 tabs. Follow the instructions in 7 steps that appear on the display. First, calibrate free chlorine at 0 ppm. Close the water flow going through the probe and wait for 1 to 10 minutes until the reading is close to 0 and press OK. Then, set the water flow to the correct rate of 80 to 100 liters per hour. Wait for 1 to 10 minutes until there is a stable ppm reading and press OK. Finally, establish the real ppm value with the up-down keys according to your DPD1 value and press OK. You are done. Press OK to save calibration. If this screen is not shown, repeat the calibration process. If you want to calibrate the free chlorine probe manually, open the water flow, set flow rate between 50 and 100 liters per hour, and wait until there is a stable reading. Then, use your photometer and DPD1 test kit and set the chlorine level with the up and down keys manually to match your photometer's reading. Press OK when the value is correct. Redox calibration. The redox value shows the oxidation reduction potential and is used to determine the sterility of the water. Adjusting the redox set point is the last step in the system startup process. First, check if the redox chip is plugged in correctly and if the green LED light is blinking. Also, make sure to only use gold redox probes for the redox calibration. It is recommended to calibrate the redox probe every 2 to 3 months during the usage season. Always do the first calibration with the buffer using adapted buffer solution. Press on buffer and follow the instructions that appear on the display. Manual calibration of the redox probe is also possible, but is not recommended. Conductivity calibration. First, connect conductivity probe as shown. Check if the chip is plugged in correctly and make sure the green LED is blinking. Then, go to the Measures menu and press on Conductivity Calibration. It is recommended to calibrate the conductivity probe once a month during the usage season. Always do the first calibration with buffer using the adapted buffer solutions. Press on buffer and follow the instructions in 7 steps that appear on the display. Manual calibration of the conductivity probe is also possible, but is not recommended. Variable speed pump. To install a variable speed pump, contact your installer. The installer should follow carefully the wiring schematics in the manual appendix according to the type of pump or frequency controller you have. This manual can be found on our website, www.drydenaqua.com, in our Download section. You will find in this appendix the wiring schematics to connect spec pumps, Pentair pumps, UWE pumps, and several frequency controllers. After connecting the pump, you will be able, in the menu Filtration, to assign each filtration period to a different speed: slow, medium, or fast. To backwash the filter with a variable speed pump, always use the fastest speed. Filtration and backwash. If you have an external pump controller unit that you want to use to control the filtration, set the filtration in the DA Gen on Manual. In the main menu, press on Filtration and select Manual Mode. Manual mode allows you to turn on and off the filtration process without timing or any other additional functions. If you decide to control the filtration automatically with the DA Gen, press on Auto. In this mode, the filtration is controlled by up to 3 timers. Change filtration times and speeds here. For example, you can choose to run the filtration pump during nighttime at a slow speed and at a medium speed during daytime. For the best results, we highly recommend to run the system 24/7 with a variable speed pump. To program automatic backwash, in the same menu, stay on Auto and press on Filter Cleaning. The DA Gen is configured for automatic backwash with BESCO valves. In the Filter Cleaning menu, choose the Auto mode, then enter starting time, duration in seconds, and backwash frequency. We recommend to proceed to a backwash at least once a week using the fastest pump's speed. Heating mode. The heating mode works the same way as the automatic mode, but also offers the option to work on a relay to control the temperature. The system works with a hysteresis of 1 degree. For example, if the temperature is set on 23 degrees, the system will activate itself when the temperature goes below 22 degrees and will not stop before it reaches 23 degrees again. Select the desired temperatures. Clima off means that heating only works during the filtration times you have set up. Clima on means the filtration keeps working as long as the water temperature has not reached the temperature set point. Note that this mode is only visible if the temperature probe is installed and/or if heating is activated in the installer menu. Lighting and covers. The DA Gen also offers the possibility to connect and control lights. Connect the lighting control as shown. To control the lights manually, go to the menu Lighting in the main menu and select Manual Mode. You can also activate the lights manually by pressing the shortcut on the bottom right side of the main display. If you want to control the lights automatically, choose the Auto mode in the lighting menu. The DA gen will switch on the lights according to the timer settings. Additionally, you can switch on the lights manually by pressing the shortcut button. In case of the installation of RGB LED lights in the pool, you can change the color of the lights in the pool. In the LED light menu, select duration in seconds in pulse length, and then press on Next Program to apply the pulse. Refer to your LED spotlight manual to set its different colors. Pool cover. If the DA gen is run with a frequency-controlled pump and is also connected to the pool cover, the filtration speed can automatically go to medium when the cover is open. Set in the hydrolysis menu the reduction value to 0% if the cover is open, the contact has to be closed, and vice versa. Wi-Fi settings. To connect the Wi-Fi to the DA gen, open the Wi-Fi box, unscrew the 4 cable wires, and take the cable out. Now insert the Wi-Fi plug onto the DA gen without removing the wires from the plug. Then take the other end of cable and put it through the DA gen box cable hole from the inside. Pull the cable out and put it back in the Wi-Fi box, connect the wires again, and close the box. Once the Wi-Fi module is connected, restart the unit. The Internet option will appear in the Settings menu under Network. Select Wi-Fi to scan the available networks. The search will be done automatically. Then select the desired Wi-Fi network. A pop-up keyboard will appear to enter the Wi-Fi password. Once you have entered the password, press OK. If you do not find your network in the automatic mode, press on Enter AP and enter the network name manually. Check first if the network works on other devices. To check the status of your connection, you may press the Status button. Once the Wi-Fi module is connected to the network with both lights on, go to the website www.da-gen.com. Then press on Sign In and enter all the requested data. The System Mode ID that you will need for the registration progress is located under Power Module in the DA gen. Press on System Settings, then System Info, and finally Power Module. Upon completion of the process, you will have total control of your pool. We'll be able to change parameters such as set points, filtration hours, and turn on and off any of the auxiliary relays. Finally, note that if the DA gen was once registered on vistapool.com, it will need to be removed from there by the manufacturer before you can register it on da-gen.com. To do that, please contact your provider. Auxiliary relays. It is possible to control up to 4 extra auxiliary relays, such as water attractions, dosing pumps, and more. As a default setting, you will only see 2 available relays, APF and ACO, under Auxiliary 1 and 3. Auxiliary 2 is reserved for the BESGO automatic backwash valve, and Auxiliary 4 for the heating system. If you don't have a heating system, you can deactivate it to benefit from an additional free relay. Press on Automatic mode to control the relay with a timer to adjust the start and the end of the program. You can also choose a frequency, such as every day or once a week. It is, of course, possible to rename each auxiliary relay to suit your needs. Maintenance. Once a month, we recommend to check and correct TDS and alkalinity levels if necessary. Keep TDS level between 1000 and 1500 ppm and alkalinity between 100 and 200 ppm. Visually check the hydrolysis cell to detect incrustations. If necessary, clean the cell. To clean the cell, stop the system and close the valves. Place the cell for no more than 10 minutes in 3% hydrochloric acid or put it for 2 to 4 hours in normal vinegar. You may also use a high-pressure cleaner. Once the incrustations have softened, remove them with a hose. Please do not use metallic or sharp objects to remove incrustations. Scratching the edges or surface of the cell will make it vulnerable to chemicals, deteriorate the cell, and invalidate the warranty. General maintenance. The pool must be vacuumed as usual and the skimmers emptied whenever necessary. At least once a week, proceed to a 4-minute backwash, making sure the cell is off while backwashing the filter. If the DA Gen controls the filtration pump, use the option Backwash to set automatic backwashes. Also, check regularly the level of your pH and APF canisters to prevent the dosing pump from running dry. Clean and recalibrate redox, conductivity, and pH probes every 2 to 3 months. To clean the probes, insert them in the electrode cleaner. Every time you clean the probes, they must be recalibrated. The probes should never dry out and must be kept wet if stored. If you are emptying the pool during the winter, make sure to store the probe's head in water. Thank you for watching our DA Gen installation and maintenance video. For more information, please visit our website www.drydenaqua.com.